Okay, welcome back to the Okay Not Okay podcast, and today we hit our okay question of the week. So let's get right to it. Sports Zoo, let me have it. Doc, after 2 weeks, the new Judgment Day is really struggling to handle Damian and Rhea. What are they doing and why is it so difficult? Yeah, I get it, Sports Zoo. The Judgment Day is really struggling with this new lineup, but I guess we shouldn't be surprised. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley have both been awfully dominant recently, so it makes sense that they would struggle. But it is a 5-on-2 battle, so they should probably do a little bit better. Well, let's talk about each one of these Judgment Day members in turn to see what the problem just might be. Let's start off with Liv Morgan. Well, I think her goal is to just hold on for dear life, because in fact, she's already won. She's gotten everything that she's wanted. She won the title against Becky Lynch and has retained it a couple of times, including most recently against Rhea Ripley. And it seems more important to her that she has won Dominik. So she's taken everything from Rhea just like she said she was going to do. So now her only goal is to keep holding off Rhea until the WWE won't let Rhea go after Liv anymore. So I think that's all she's there for. So she just needs a crew now to keep her with that title and to keep her with Dom. But maybe keeping with Dom's a secondary goal to just retaining that title. That remains to be seen. However, since she won that title from Becky Lynch and retained it the next night on Raw, well, wrestling has been the secondary goal, as she's only defended it now 2 times and has only been in 3 total matches. So when she has this second mixed tag match with Dominik, this time against Rhea and Damian, it will be a little bit of a surprise for her to actually have a match. So we'll see how this works out for her, but again, she's just holding on. But with that said, let's go to the second person, Dominik. Well, I guess his goals are 2 things. Number 1, to beat his deadbeat dad. And well, he said that Liv helped him do something that Rhea never did, but that was a bold-faced lie. Now, Dom has not had a lot of success against Ray, but he has had some success, and his record now against Ray is 3-5. So we did just see Dom beat Ray a couple weeks ago with Liv's help in that mixed tag match, but a whole year and a half ago, he beat Ray 2 times just after WrestleMania. The first time was in a tag match with Priest against Ray and Santos Escobar, and then just a few days later, he beat him for a second time. This time it was in a 6-person mixed tag match, and you guessed it, his partners were Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, defeating Ray, Escobar, and Zelina Vega. So what are we talking about here, Dom? They've already gotten the job done. So you are turning your back onto the people that helped you initially beat your father, Rey Mysterio. But I guess that's only one goal. Your other goal is to be treated like a man. I guess you just want to have some chicken tendies and to play WWE 2K, which I guess we all kind of want that, but yeah, if you just want to be showered with love and gifts, I guess that's perfectly fine. I guess Rhea has a little bit of a different way to love than Liv does. But either way, I mean, they were both pretty darn good options for you there, buddy. So I don't know. I think you were just perfectly fine with Rhea, and probably a lot safer because you are sure to catch one of those riptides very, very soon. So we'll see how that goes for the long term, but like we always say, the heart wants what the heart wants. So I guess if you really want Liv, this was the right call. Okay, well, let's go to the next Judgment Day member. We'll go with Carlito next. I think his main goal is just protection. Well, this one started with the WWE draft, as on night 1 of the draft, Santos Escobar called out Carlito with Legado del Fantasma, showing that it was indeed Carlito who attacked Dragon Lee backstage to try to take Lee's spot in the WrestleMania tag match. However, it backfired for him. He not only didn't get in that match, but then the LWO then started to come after him. And I guess for Carlito, it worked out because Dom took him in right away on that very next Monday Night Raw on May 6th. But Damian Priest initially didn't want anything to do with him, but just a week later, he helped the Judgment Day become #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championships. So Priest started to turn around on that, and just the very next week after Priest said that he had to handle his business, sure enough, he injured Cruz del Toro, and we have not seen him since on Monday Night Raw. So for that, I guess he took care of business, and on top of that, a month later, he lastly defeated Dragon Lee in one-on-one action with the help of Liv and JD. So things are looking up for him. So it looks like the LWO may be off his case at this point, so he's just kind of hanging around, just trying to stay out of trouble and out of harm's way. However, he took a pretty good shot to the groin by Rhea on Monday night, so I'm not sure how well that's going to work out for him. On to our fourth Judgment Day member, we'll talk about JD McDonagh. Well, it's hard to know what his motivations are most of the time because he doesn't have a lot to say. However, he did have a vignette 2 weeks ago, and he said that Priest never wanted him in the Judgment Day. However, Priest made him a full-fledged Judgment Day member all the way back before Survivor Series match when they were going into a War Games match. So it has been a really long time that he has been accepted. And of course, on top of that, he has become Tag Team Champions, even though he has a terrible 6-17 record overall this year and is just 1-6 in traditional tag matches. His only win in a traditional tag is the one that he won to claim the gold with Finn Balor. So it is hard to understand why he would need more acceptance at this point, but it seems that he does, and he needs that confirmation over and over and over again because he's not getting it by winning in the ring. Well, lastly, let's talk about Finn Balor. I guess his goal is the normal retribution angle, as it seems he just wants to get back at Priest for ever so slightly standing up and causing a distraction all the way back at last year's SummerSlam when he lost for the second consecutive time to Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. But despite that happening and Priest not really wanting to interfere with Balor, those two then tagged up, and less than 1 month later, they won the Tag Team Championships that they held all the way until WrestleMania, except for about a 10-day period when they lost it to Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, but then quickly won it right back from them. So they were the team working together even after Priest did that. So for Priest to go back to say that he needed to man up and now find that time to be at SummerSlam is a really, really strange thing for him. On top of that, he's also talking about the Judgment Day having no leaders. Well, that was the original goal when Priest and Rhea recruited Balor to replace Edge in the original incarnation of the Judgment Day, but the group agreed that there should be a leader at Survivor Series, and they named Priest to be that leader for that match. Then, going forward, of course, Priest won the big prize at WrestleMania, becoming World Heavyweight Champion. So, unfortunately for Balor, he couldn't be Tag Team Champion with Priest again, as Priest kept wanting to handle his own business. But of course, Balor then, shortly thereafter, won the Tag Team Gold back again. So I'm not sure exactly what his problem is, because it seemed that Priest was not really trying to act as the leader, nor did he have an overwhelming ego. He simply wanted to handle business on his own. But I guess Balor just can't handle not ever winning back a WWE Championship after having to give it up after one night injuring his shoulder many years ago. Well, I guess in conclusion, the Judgment Day all has their own reasons for being a part of Judgment Day and wanting to go after Rhea and Priest. And I guess we can say they've gotten a few shots in early on, but they've not really done a good job in trying to survive, as Liv and Dom keep running away from Rhea anytime that she shows up, and Balor looks like a deer in the headlights anytime he goes face to face with Priest. So I guess for now they'll just be kind of doing it on vibes, but they really should be able to handle a 5-on-2 matchup against Priest and Ripley. So until we see something better out of these guys, they need to get on the same page and find a way to regain that dominance. Well, there you have it. I guess we'll just have to wait and see if the new Judgment Day and Dom and Liv can take down Priest and Rhea when they have that mixed tag match at Bash in Berlin. So I'm Dr. OK, and this has been the OK Not OK podcast.